Hello beauties, I hope you guys are still doing well. If it's your first time here, my name is Peladi. Before I get into today's tutorial, I would like to give a big thanks to all of you beauties who have subscribed to my channel, who are showing me love down in the comment section. All your heartwarming messages, they really mean a lot to me, and I just want to let you guys know how much I appreciate and love every single one of you. Now with that said, before I start chopping onions, I'm gonna start off by priming my face with my Catrice Keep Me Matte primer. Today I would like to do something new to me, new to this channel. I want to put like some translucent powder. We'll be using this Yardley loose powder to do that. I'm going to pat it all over where I have that primer. I will use a damp beauty blender. Okay, now I know I said a thin layer, Mara. We are here now, so let me just wait for it to seep into the primer, but I will help it with this damp beauty blender, and I will just pat it until it looks like a thin layer. So okay, let's continue. I'm going to be going in with my Maybelline Superstay foundation, which I'm in the shade Hazelnut. It's only now that I realized that I should have tried this method out first before doing it on camera and just straight up like skok. Okay, hello morning. Okay. Okay.
If you ever feel alone, 'cause yeah, sometimes
wow. The foundation sits like
I'll be right there. Turn around, let it rain. Turn around and let it rain on me. Don't you be afraid.
Sure, to all my oily girls, I think we might be onto something. Please let me know when you try this method, because I am blown away, and you're going to be seeing a lot of this technique on my channel. Now to highlight and conceal, I will be going in with both of these products. One is my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Toffee, and the other one is my Makeup Revolution. This I'm going to use to highlight underneath my eyes. It's the Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C12. So while I let this concealer get tacky, I'm going to contour using this foundation stick by Makeup Revolution. It's in the shade F18.
Jump into that car tonight. I'm not leaving without a fight. Now you're always on my mind. You're on my mind. Turn around, hold me tight. Turn around and we will be alright. Don't you be afraid. Just follow me. You don't need no space. Just follow me. Like a mirror, you reflect me. Like a Friday night on the weekend, I feel blessed and free. I just don't want this moment to end. But now you say you gotta go. Baby, why you gotta go? Like a mirror, you reflect me.
So I like to pat my beauty blender on my forearm just to warm it up a little bit more before I go in and blend out the harsh edges.
I just don't want this moment to end.
And now I'm going to lightly set this concealer first with my Maybelline pressed powder. This one is in the shade Toffee, and I'm going to use a beauty blender, so I'm just gonna swirl it in there. And then I'm going to go in with my translucent powder and set the rest of the areas where I have that concealer. And now to set my contour, I'm going to go into my Wet n Wild pressed powder. This one is in the shade Dark Cafe. And for blush, I'm going to use my signature blush with the reddish hue. And then now I'm going to warm my face up. This time I'm using my Yardley pressed powder in the shade Walnut. Okay, right, so now I'm gonna go straight into eyes, my all-time favorite part of makeup besides the concealing. I'm going to be using this Makeup Revolution Prime and Lock eyeshadow primer. So the first shade I will be picking up out of my Makeup Revolution Reloaded Deep Dive palette is this one right here, and I will be taking it on my Zoeva 231 brush. Alright, now I'm going to take my Real Techniques base shadow brush just to buff out the harsh edges. And now to transition the shade, I'm going to go back into the palette and I will take the shade right here on my Zoeva 228 brush. So now I'm going to go back with the first shade we went in with, just to create more depth along my crease area. And just to make sure that everything is still well blended, I'm going to go back in with the lime green shade. And to darken up my outer V area, I'm going to go into this Iconic Division palette. It's also from the Reloaded range, and I'm going to go in with this darkest green, and I will mix it with a tad bit of this matte black shade. And free. I just don't want this moment to wait. It looks like the green shade alone is enough. I am not going to go in with the black shade. To marry it and blend it, I'm going to go in with the lime green shade. And now I'm going to cut my crease with the Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas. Okay, so now I'm going to just pat the outer edges of this cut crease so that it's easier to blend, because I'm going in with that matte green shade. I'm going to mattify my lid space, and I will use this green shade right here. And then right after that, I'm going to go into my Wild Animal Integrity palette, and I will take this shimmer green shade right here. Right, beauty. So after applying that green shimmer shade from my Wild Animal Integrity palette, I went on into my Iconic Division palette, and this time I took this lime-ish green shimmer shade right here, and I started just patting it right atop of where I had that previous shimmer shade. Right, now to smoke out my lower lash line, I'm going to go in with all the shades that I went in with in my crease area. I'm going to give myself a wing using my Essence Super Last Deep Black Eyeliner. Alright, now I'm going to go back into the palette, and this time on the small blending brush, I'm going to take the matte black shade and just pat it along my eyeliner. I will be wearing my Bling Girl 5D eyelashes today. To set my face, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Lasting Fix Setting Spray. Okay, beauty, so I ended up putting some mascara onto my bottom lashes, and I used my Essence Lash Primer and this I Love Extreme Lashes Mascara. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild Palm Beach Ready Bronzer as highlight today. lips, I'm going to go in with my brown lippy from Legit, and I'm going to mix it with my Duck Face matte lipstick by Essence. Alright beauty, so I couldn't resist adding some clear gloss over those matte lippies. And now that you have made it here, please click on this tutorial and watch it next, because you know the drill. If you enjoyed this beat, I know you're gonna absolutely love that one as well. And if you haven't already, my darling, please subscribe to my channel and show your girl some love. I will catch up with you beauties again in my next one. Bye.